Okay, my name is Elizabeth. That's a proper introduction, right? Okay, guys, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself once again. And I'm going to be talking about why storytelling is important. Okay, storytelling is very important to us because when you tell someone a story, it creates a magical and magnetic picture in the memory. You know, for me, I learn better when I hear stories. You know, like for some children who are different in learning, like differentiation and inclusion children, you're not going to say this child is dull. When you remind them, tell them a story, it creates a magical picture in their memory. And storytelling is very important because when you tell people stories, they get to understand the situation better, like you see yourself in the picture. For me, that's my own reason why storytelling is important. And also, you can see that we have a lot of stories today that we cannot forget because we've been told the stories. Like there are different ways of telling stories. You could tell a story through a picture, you could tell a story verbally, you could tell a story by writing it and someone reads it. So those are also methods of storytelling. And storytelling is very important because when they tell you a certain story, you're not going to forget. Like there are so many stories I have in my mind right now and I cannot forget them so easily. Just like when you say Jesus healed the woman with the issue of blood. That's a story that was told to me, and it was as if this actually happened here right now. So it's a story I already have in my memory. I understand how Jesus turned water into wine, which was the first miracle and all of that. I'm not being biblical here, don't get me wrong. It's just a story. I'm just referencing to where it came from. So storytelling, that's why storytelling is very important. And also talking about, I understand that Professor, you said we should tell a story that has happened in our family and how, it affected our belief. What I can actually lay my mind on right now is in my family, okay, I am from a polygamous family. I'm not proud to say that, but I have to say it because it's the truth. Okay, my father happened in my hometown where I come from, Nigeria, in Urobo land, and he was a chief. He had 3 wives. He had 3 wives. My father had 3 wives, and my mother was the second wife. I am the last of all 14 children. My father had 14 children and I am the last. I know how this can be very challenging when you have a lot of siblings growing up, whereby everyone has to go to school, where we have to pay through, college and all of that. So it wasn't really easy for my dad to see all of us all through school, because you're not going to train some, you're not going to sponsor some certain children to the university level when you have done that for the other children. So this can be very challenging, if you understand what I mean. So it was actually a great challenge growing up in this environment, even though all 3 wives tried as much as possible to maintain peace and orderliness amongst the family, because we're all family, we answer the same name, so you could actually, so this is actually what I see, and it affected me, and I know that this is not something that I should have advised the new generation to do. People don't do that anymore though, So this is the story of my family that I'm sharing, because she said, tell us a story about your family. And also, when you say a story that we have seen on the media, on the TV, okay, I want to reference to a movie I watched on Netflix. This is a movie titled When They See Us. It's very interesting. You could see how teenagers, got themselves into trouble innocently. and there is no such thing as I didn't do it. You were found and you gotta go in for it. And you see how these kids, innocent kids, got themselves into trouble, you know, due to a crime that was committed by someone else, and some other kids were caught in the scene, and then they had to go to jail because this is a jail term, and they had to go to jail. The movie was produced by Oprah Winfrey, and this is a very interesting movie. You see how these kids went to jail for something, a crime they didn't commit. You know, this actually affected me a lot. I was very emotional. This affected my behavior, my belief, and a lot of things. It means that we should be very careful. You know, I had to make my son watch this movie, you know, because you don't want to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, nobody's gonna hear I didn't do it. You were found there. Someone just died. You gotta go in for it. And then, but I was so glad to see that in the course of their jail time, these kids actually, you know, the person that committed the crime actually came out and tell the story. But it was too late. To me, it was too late. You should have told the story earlier, and you going for it, you know, not other people going in for what they didn't commit, you know. So this is actually a story I've seen on the media, and this is very interesting, and I recommend that you watch the movie. Very interesting. I'm sure you're gonna like it. Okay, so talking about that is that for that. Okay, moving to the question number 4. Professor said, share a story you are seeing in the community and is, you know, damaging someone's life. Talking about this question, you know, I cannot overemphasize and overlook what is actually going on in the society today. Let me not deceive you guys. This is reality. This is problematic, and this has actually shaped the society and the people living in the society in different ways. Okay, I'm referencing this to the recent killings or the incidents that has been happening about the white cops killing blacks and the Black Lives Matters and all of that. You know, it cannot be overemphasized. This is very traumatic, problematic. It's actually damaging the society because our young children, they are growing up with a mindset that they are not protected. They could be killed anytime. And these kids grow up, and a lot of them question their father and their mother. Are you sure you're going to come back? I hope a white cop doesn't kill you. You know, so this is what is affecting the society. And this is going to become a systematic issue. It's been happening from generation to generation, but it's getting serious. And I hope we all pray that someday, you know, this is gonna stop, because it cannot be overemphasized that this is happening. Whether it was a mistake in the course of, but the person died. You know, like I said earlier, we need to be careful. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Sometimes you cannot help it, but it just happened. So that is what I want to say for now. And also I want to say a very big thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And also finally I want to say peace, y'all. Thank you.